The colony lost before the attack began. One Hornet entered, found the vulnerable point, and turned a living system into an empty shell. What weakness did the Hornet see first? A small insect crosses a leaf and disappears behind it. Visibility changes risk. In strategy, knowing when to reveal a position can matter as much as the position itself. Look at the tree. The hidden insect is almost impossible to detect until it moves. Camouflage is controlled information. The environment sees less while the survivor keeps more options. Is that not an advantage? The colony appears strong. Many workers, repeated activity, a functioning nest, and a protected next generation. But activity is not defense. Numbers are not coordination. Peace is not readiness. Where was the blind spot? The Hornet attacks the core. It does not waste energy on the appearance of strength. It reaches the young, the eggs, and the future. The nest becomes empty, and ants occupy what remains. A strategic position that cannot protect its center can collapse faster than anyone expects. Then the Hornet attacks a cicada many times larger. The cicada has mass, wings, and noise, but no decisive response at the point of contact. Size was an asset only until the enemy reached the weakness. Where was the key strategic failure? Detection, defense, coordination, or timing? Share your answer below. The final Mantis changes the field. It has reach, grip, patience, and a weapon designed for the moment. The Hornet can no longer attack without risk. Winning begins before the battle. Observe, identify the weak point, protect the core, and act when position and timing align. The strategic failure becomes clearer when we separate activity from readiness. The colony was active. Workers moved constantly. The nest was maintained. But no visible system converted early warning into coordinated defense. This is a common failure in organizations. People work hard inside their roles, yet no one owns the responsibility of scanning the edge. Who watches changes in the market? Who tests the weakest process? Who decides what happens when the normal plan fails? Without clear answers, a busy system may still be strategically blind. The Hornet's advantage was not only strength. It selected the center of value. The young, the eggs, and the future of the colony were concentrated in one place. A concentrated core is efficient, but it also creates a decisive target. Strong strategy therefore asks two questions: what must be protected first? And what happens if that protection fails? The cicada reveals another mistake. It possessed more mass, but the Hornet controlled the point of contact. In conflict, total size matters less when one side controls distance, angle, timing, and the vulnerable point. Human competition works the same way. A smaller business can defeat a larger one by owning a narrow customer problem, moving faster, or choosing a field the larger organization cannot defend efficiently. But strategy is not aggression for its own sake. The lesson is not to become the Hornet. The lesson is to see what the Hornet saw: an exposed center, delayed detection, and no decisive response. Then look at the Mantis. It changes the cost of attack. The Hornet can no longer enter without risk. Deterrence begins when the opponent knows that reaching your center will be difficult and expensive. What is your deterrent? A protected brand? A loyal customer base? A unique technology? Cash reserves? A faster learning system? Winning begins before the battle when the core is protected, the edge is observed, and the response has already been chosen.